What up, my good people? Say, man, I'm here to talk to y'all today. I'm just gonna ramble on, rant about whatever, right? Nothing really in particular, but tell you, back in the day, I used to want to be a bodybuilder. So in 10 days, September 13th, I'll be 44, right? So back in the day, back, when I was in my 20s, I used to want to be a bodybuilder, right? So I used to subscribe to this magazine called, was it Men's Health? Men's Health? Fitness and Nutrition. No, Fitness and Nutrition. No, I did subscribe to Men's Health, but it was another one. I think it was like $17 to $20. I used to get like every month, and then they discontinued it, and then I think they went online or whatever. Fitness and muscles, muscle and fitness, and Men's Health. See, Men's Health was more of the aesthetic look, like, hey, you should dress like this, you should smell, have this cologne, wear this, blah blah blah. But they had some bodybuilding stuff because some of the guys were in shape in the magazine. But the muscle and fitness, this is before I knew anything about gear, anybody being on gear and all that type of stuff. I was like, damn, these guys, man, I want to look like this. Like, this guy look like an action figure, this, that, blah, blah. So I started, buying all the little push-up bars from like Walmart, Kmart and stuff. Man, I had invested in some, I had my dad buy me a weight bench. We had remember those concrete weights? Like you could take the little plastic off and they fully concrete, man. I used to have those like in the yard. So whatever element was there, whether it was sunny, rainy, cold, you put your hoodie on, whatever, you go out there, you sweats and you get in there while it's cold. If it rain on, you got to wait till it stop raining, wipe it down, get on it, do your thing, blah, blah, blah. So, that's how I'm looking like, back in the day. So, I didn't really start working out serious. Like I never ate great my entire life, I've always had sweets in my system, bunch of dairy, cheese, milk, whatever. We're the only beings that drink cow's milk and eat a lot of dairy. So, dairy is not really good for you or whatever. But I didn't know that until I got older. When you know better, you do better. Me, I'm still not doing better because my thing is sugar. I'm addicted to sugar. Like people say, hey, sugar is more addicting than cocaine. Well, I wouldn't know because I've never tried cocaine a day in my life. I never smoked weed a day in my life. But if this is what it is, because it's hard for me to give up sugar, then I can see kind of what a alcoholic or a crackhead goes through. You be thinking like, damn, why you keep smoking crack? Why you keep drinking so much? Why can't you stop? And I get it, if this is what it is, because once I eat sugar, I can't stop. And it'll drive me to do other things as far as like when I eat sugar, I gotta stop and get some Burger King, some McDonald's, some Jack in the Box, some Taco Bell, some Church's, French's, Popeye, stuff like that. I don't mess with Chick-fil-A. I don't know how y'all like Chick-fil-A. Cane's, I would do. Cane's kind of expensive. So, and that same thing with a alcoholic. They might be overly sexual or hypersexual, or they want to fight. They start spilling all the beans with the family business, or they start telling you about how they really feel about you. Or with a crackhead do the same thing, start stealing. They black out, or alcoholic will black out too. They don't remember nothing. Crackhead start selling body parts and not body parts, body parts. But they start doing things for money, basically. You know what I'm saying? But me, man, I think God is trying to tell me something about my sugar intake. Because when I eat sugar, honey bun, donuts, got to be Shipley's donuts. Shipley's are the best. They got some mom and pop stuff that's good too. But Shipley's, I don't know how y'all like Krispy Kreme. But once I eat some type of sugary thing, some soda, some whatever, dog, man, I begin coughing and I can't stop. It's like uncontrollable coughing. I'm just like, man. So I think God is trying to tell, hey man, leave the sugar alone, lay off the sugar. But me, whatever, I don't listen. So like I said, once I eat sugar, I just cough. Then I start making bad decisions on, oh man, I think it does something to my taste buds or something, or it does something to my stomach to where I get hungry, man. Like, I guess like how people will smoke weed, they get hungry, or they have the munchies or whatever. I think that's what sugar does to me. So I was like, damn, man, sugar is a drug. I think it actually is a drug. So I think that's why they're trying to take it out and try to use pure cane sugar. I don't even know if that's even better. But, and then I never look at the back of things and it says serving size 3. I'm like, man, how can you eat 3 chips? Man, I'm finna eat the whole bag. Like, They say Lay's, you can't just eat just one. Funyuns, Lay's, Cheetos, Doritos. Got to be the blue bag, not the red bag. And then they come with all these different flavored Doritos. Now the purple bag, I can't think of the name. I can't think of the purple bag, but the purple bag Doritos are like the second best compared to the Cool Ranch. Don't ask me how I know, man. Don't ask me nothing. Okay, but anyways, my whole thing was I wanted to be a bodybuilder. Like I said, I didn't eat good, and I think sugar may be my hindrance. Besides me working how I work, I don't get enough sleep too. I know you got to sleep, and you can be on all the gear you want, but if you ain't working out, doing whatever you got to do, getting the right sleep and all that type of stuff, it ain't gonna work for you. So even though those guys are on that, or people are on that, they still putting the time and effort into working out. So me, I think I'm gonna implement 30 minutes of cardio every day for like 30 days to see where it gets me. Right now, I'm 6'2", 240. I was 6'2", 263. My goal weight is, I say 200, but I think I need to be realistic and say 210 to 215. Let's say 210 to 215. I think that's what I want to be. I really want to be 200, right? 6'2", 200. But let's go 6'2", 210, 215. But I got to stop sugar. Like I say, it drives me to do other things, you know. And I think that's my drug, like a weed smoker, crackhead, alcoholic. You know, it's my drug. And now I have to come to grips with, hey, if you want this, you got to cut this out. You know what I'm saying? Like right now, got my overnight oats, right? Man, my wife made me a lunch. She makes me a lunch all the time. And I'll stop at Family Dollar, Dollar General, and I get a pack of these mints. You know these mints right here? The green bag. The blue bag is good too, but the green bag, like the green bag, that's like man, like my kryptonite. I'll sit there, if I get the share size, which is like $4, man, I eat the whole bag in like 2 days. But if I get like the regular size bag, like $2 or something, that mug is gone that same day. And I'm just popping the mints, right? And it's not like my breath stinks because I got my mouthwash with me and my toothbrush, because I smoke a cigar here and there or whatever, right? So I gotta stay fresh. But man, my goal was to be a bodybuilder. I never thought about being a cop, you know what I'm saying? But I was thinking, I'm like, dang, you know, when I started looking into the whole the bodybuilder thing, you know, I got in this game late. I got in this game at 26. See, most people, when they get into the whole police, whether you work the jail or the prison or on the streets, you may be 18 to 21. I think 18 to jail, 21 to be on the streets when I started. I don't know what it is now, but I got in the game. I got in all the games late. As far as my kids, I had my first kid at 35. People who grew up with me, their kids are in high school or in college or getting out of college. Mine, I got a kindergarten, second grade, and a third grade. You know, I'm fresh. So I got in this game late, and I'm like, dang, man, you know, when I was looking at these bodybuilding magazines, started doing my research, like I said, I didn't know about gear and everything. So I'm looking at, man, okay, well, dang. Ronnie Coleman was a cop. Sergio Oliva was a cop. I think Sergio was a cop in either Chicago or New York. I think it's Chicago. I think Oliva was a cop in Chicago. And Coleman was a cop in either Dallas or Fort Worth. That's not the same thing, by the way. But yeah, I was like, okay, well, they can do it, I can do it. But I know these guys been working out since they were teens, you know what I'm saying? So I got a long way to go. And like I said, I'm late. Now, like I said, I'll be 44 on September 13th, in 10 days from this video. I don't know when it's gonna be posted, but I'll be 44. And I haven't, not saying I want to step on stage and everything, but I want to have that bodybuilding mindset that, hey, you can't eat this, you got to train like this, you do this, you got to do this. So like I told myself, I want to implement cardio for 30 days straight, at least 30 minutes a day. And the days I don't hit the weights, I would do, I say 40. Because man, when I do those hours on the Stairmaster, hours on the treadmill, hours on the elliptical, man, I be burnt out. So I need to drink more water too. I drink a lot of soda. I don't drink juice, no apple juice, orange juice, those fruit juices, stuff like that. I drink a lot of soda. And it feel like once I get my fast food, I gotta have soda. And I don't know how people drink the diet stuff or the zero stuff. Man, boy, I don't know. It just that sugar, like I say, my taste buds, man, it just does something to me. So, like I said, I want to, at my old age, 43 now. Excuse me. I will be 44. At my old age, I want to, get that bodybuilding mindset. Not as far as getting on gear and all that, because I got kids to live for. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I see a lot of people dying from all these steroids and stuff like that. You know, who's to say? I don't know. Right now, I said no stage, but you know, like I said, that was my dream when I was in my 20s, and I think that dream, that ship sailed back when I was maybe about 32, because once I started living life, working, paying bills, and like I've been on my own since I was 19. I got a mom and daddy, you know, and of course my mom, they didn't want me leaving, but you know, I want my own privacy. I want to walk around in my drawers and all that type of stuff. Can't do that around with your parents in the house. Well, you in their house. And then, you know, even though you 19, 20, 21, 22, whatever, some parents still got rules. My parents had rules. And, you know, hey, man, I'm grown. You can't be telling me come in by this time. Nah. So, anyways, been on my own, doing my thing. And, you know, I had to actually just like, you know, live life. You know what I'm saying? I had to do my thing. It is what it is. I'm not mad at it, you know, but I kind of wish I would have took bodybuilding seriously back then. And maybe I should have stayed at home and saved money and focused on that. You know what I'm saying? Because I had the support. A lot of people don't have the support. I had the support, you know. Everybody don't have a mother and a father that's still alive, or a mother and father that's still together. I was thankful for that. I'm grateful for that. I thank Yahuwah all the time for that. But man, I have to cut out sugar. That's my biggest thing. I think once I cut out sugar, I think everything else will fall into place. I think sugar is my hindrance. That's my drug of choice is sugar. Now, like I said, I don't plan to get on stage, but I plan to have that look, that aesthetic, like, you know, that action figure look. I want that action figure look at my old age. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see where we go. Like I say, man, I didn't start taking working out serious at this age until about February of this year. I started back in the gym in February. I didn't start trying to eat better till about late May, early June. If I look at my app and all my workouts and all that type of stuff, I believe it was June when I actually started taking it seriously. But we shall see, man. Like I say, it's gonna be a battle, a struggle, because man, I know how I am about that sugar. Like if I get some Oreos, some Chips Ahoy, I gotta dip it in milk. Even at this age, like I still do that, you know. A honey bun, Shipley's, I gotta have milk with it. So it's like almost a double whammy. Sugar and dairy, I'm out of there. So I'm gonna take y'all with me on this journey, right? So again, I got 10 days till my birthday, September 13th. So we're gonna shoot for December 31st. So December 31st, we're gonna see how I look or how much weight I've lost. So right now it is September 3rd. Like I said, 10 days to my birthday, September 3rd, 2025. So December 31st, I'm gonna check back in as far as where I am. Now, my goal is 200, but my realistic weight, I think, should be 210 to 215. Right now, I'm 240 on the dot, 240.2. I was 263. Now I'm down. So, like I said, I'm 6'2". I'm 43. I'll be 44 September 13th. My crutch, my drug of choice is sugar. Once I take sugar, I go crazy with the eating of the fast food. I can't stop coughing. Like I said, I think that's God telling me, hey man, stop that. I'm trying to show you. I'm trying to tell you. You know, you got to realize this body is a temple, and you gotta watch what you put in it. As far as like the stuff you take with your eyes, your ears, stuff you put in your mouth. You see stuff all the time. Porn addiction, stuff you hear people cussing all the time, negative talk. It's gonna affect your mind, your body, your soul, your spirit. So we gotta watch what we take in, and all the stuff we put in our bodies, and from the sodas to the donuts, the chips. It don't do nothing for us. We don't benefit from that. You get a little kick out of it, a little moment, but after that, you regret it when you get on that scale or your clothes don't fit how you want, man. And you know, with being a cop, a person in uniform, military, you get free food, you get discounted food, or somebody may be sitting there and take care of your bill. So yeah, you can say no. You can say, you know what, I appreciate it, or whatever the case. I mean, I'm thankful for when people pay for my food, or I'm thankful for the discounts and everything. But then I take full advantage by, well, dang, you know what? I should have got that piece of pie. I should have got that, blah, blah, blah. Not no salad or whatever the case. But again, at my old age, I'm still trying to figure it out as far as the eating, the working out, the sleeping. Because sleep is very important, which I don't get no sleep at all, man. So, but December 31st, man, we're going to shoot for December 31st. Hopefully, I get on that scale December 31st, I'm 210. Let's see, with September, October, November, December. That's 3 months. It's 90 days. Actually, let me see. I got it on my phone, how many days, because I put the countdown calendar. Let's go. Okay, we got 118 days from today, September 3rd, 118 days to December 31st. So there's no excuse. Like I said, I'm gonna implement 30 minutes of cardio a day for 30 days. Let's see how that works, what it gets me down to. And then I'm going to maybe do 40 minutes on the days I don't work out. I mean, days I don't work, I'm gonna do 40 minutes. Because like I said, that hour be really taxing me. So 30 minutes on workout days, 40 minutes on non-workout days. And that's just to get my body fat down. I got a scale that tells me how much my body fat is, but yeah. Let's just say it's up there, you know. And then, like I said, you know, when you see cops, lately cops have not, well, I guess a lot of times cops don't really be in shape no more, because once you get in, once you pass everything, they don't offer a what do you call it? A incentive for, I think state troopers do, some other maybe agencies. I think HPD used to do. I don't know if they still do it, but you know, to stay in shape. And really, they shouldn't have to offer a grown person, male or female, to stay in shape. You should like how your uniform fits, or you should not like how your uniform fits. And a lot of people are comfortable with how their uniform fits, whether that's bad or good. You know, you see the stomachs hanging below the over the belt, underneath the vest, and you never see a cop calendar. You ever see a firefighter calendar? You know, the boys always in shape because they always at the firehouse working out. They got the weights and everything, but there's no excuse. It's all about your diet. Your diet is, I say, 80% of your transition, your working out type stuff. So 10%, 20% maybe weights and working out, cardio, but diet is 80%. So anyways, I'm gonna take y'all on this journey with me, man. We gonna see what it is. December 31st, 2025. I'm gonna try to be 210. Let's go.